our viewers, this is the Sisters Empowerment Show, picking up from the last show we had on experiences from the lockdown and COVID situation in Uganda. Daisy is going to tell us about her experience during this period. So today here with us we have our guest called Daisy. Please remember to subscribe, comment, like and share. Thank you, our viewers.
Thank you, Lillian. As per our last discussion and as per your COVID experience, we have very many things in common. And among those things actually is that I'm actually going to just share with you just about 4 points that I learned during the COVID situation. One of them is the use of the ICT. I have learned how to embrace computer use, and that is why we have even thought of this program and this show generally. During the COVID situation, we realized that we have a lot of information, but we don't have avenues of sharing it. So resultantly, we came up with this idea of using social media and technology to share the knowledge we have. The COVID situation has really woken us out of our beds, and we can now come up with the new ideas and use our brains. Hence this show that you are seeing right now. And I know Lillian also had similar ideas before, but we did not have a push until this COVID situation happened. Secondly, I learned how to financially control myself. Before the COVID situation, I would spend anyhow or anywhere, even without use or purpose as such. But after this COVID situation, I have learned how to really spend on necessities only. I now work on a budget, on a fixed budget, and if something is not really into my budget, unless it is really necessary and useful, I cannot spend on it.
When you talk about the budget, how do you come up with this, really? Our viewers need to know so that they also pick up from the ideas that you have.
I know budgeting is not an easy thing, especially for people who are not in the financial world or the accounting world. But briefly, what we do is we sit down and look at things, me and my spouse, what we need in our home. So we come up with a list and we price it. So we come up with the total, and that is what we live within. So the miscellaneous is also taken care of. And actually, because of that, we have now learned financial discipline. So we no longer live outside our means, and we spend relatively little than we used to spend.
Are the children part of this planning and budgeting, or you just come up with what you feel that you can afford? What is it like?
The children are actually part of this program and the budgeting, because in a home you do not leave you as adults alone. Most of the things that are consumed or used in a house are also used by children. So they will tell you that, Mommy, we need Weetabix, Mommy, we need eggs, Mommy, we need this, we need milk, and all those things will be incorporated. So by taking in their ideas, of course, they're also participating in the budgetary process.
What is it that, assuming there is something that maybe the children want and you feel according to the budget that is available in terms of funds, you're not able to buy it, is there a way that you provide an explanation to this?
Yeah, after this COVID situation, actually, the children have learned that we have to live with what we have, the necessities. So I explained to them that, you see, we are in a hard situation. So if we have this, if there is an alternative to what they want, I'll tell them that, okay, you wanted eggs, but there is bread. So let us feed on bread, and we shall have eggs maybe later, on another day, on another month. Yeah.
So Daisy, I understand that this COVID period, we've had a lot of time to spend with the children, and so many people that at the time that we had the lockdown were in our homes and really could not go anywhere. What is it that you want to share with the viewers that you have that has gone well, especially when we have these children with this long period of holiday with them? What are the good things that you have benefited from this situation, and what is it that did not really go right please you can share with our viewers. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment to the Sisters Empowerment Show.
The lockdown situation has actually taught me a lot of things. First of all, before I go to the experience with the children, I have discovered myself. Self-discovery is very, very important. As a working mother who is always on the move, sometimes I work up country, I had not had time to really discover who I am as a person, and then the skills that I hold, all the skills that I need. So during the COVID situation, I managed to discover myself, and listen carefully to who I am and try to see how well I can make use of the skills that I hold. For example, now I know that I can spend time in my home garden. I do some planting and gardening around my home, like growing bananas and these crops that we can feed on. So this is some skill that I didn't know I could utilize during COVID. I learned how to bake and make chapatis. I didn't know how to make chapatis, but the COVID situation pushed me into learning. I just knew the basics. I've also, now on the other side, I've discovered who my children is, who my spouse is. But about the children, I've managed to discover them into great detail because they've been spending a lot of time in schools with their teachers. But during the COVID situation, you have time to really know who your child is, what qualities they possess, what are their positive skills, what are their negative attitudes that they possess, and how well we can help them. Like I knew one of my daughter was weak in doing household chores, so I just used to push her. But because of this long holiday, she has now appreciated as a girl that you have to do these household chores in a happy manner. Like you're not being forced as a slave. Originally, I think she used to perceive it that it is slavery that we are actually imposing on her. So now, I must say that she's good and can do her household chores without getting angry. I've had time to share my experiences with them, why and what a woman does in a home. They've had quality
experiences when we try to also post some of these members of her family. So then, thank you viewers, please do not forget to subscribe, comment, like and share.
I think from many people, I have appreciated the black personality that we are. We black people, because the COVID situation found me outside the country and part of it I have spent it in the country. So while outside the country, I've learned to appreciate who the black people are, to like it, and I learned to appreciate the dangers of racism. Why am I bringing this is that while we were having this lockdown, we had this Black Lives Matter demonstration. I mean, I used to hear stories, read stories about it, but it happened at a time when I was in the US. I actually participated in the Black Lives Matter demonstration, and I was there marching against racism. So I used to hear these stories, and I could not appreciate what racism is. And when I return here now, I know exactly when someone talks about racism. I know it very well. And I now appreciate we black people, what we are and where we stand. So people out there, I'd like to call on you not to practice racism at any point in time, whether you are with people you know or you don't know. So those are some of my experiences, and I'm glad to share experiences with our viewers, and I would also like to read viewers' experiences on our comment section. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. And don't forget that this show is proudly sponsored by
Save and Have Enterprises
and St. Daniel Education Services. It's a nursery and primary school located in Namayumba Division.